I'm your coach. Welcome back to Conversations with Coach. We have a great guest. This guest I see more than anybody on this planet. I see him more than my parents, my brothers, my sisters. I don't have sisters, but I see him more than everybody, all right? We have our very own on our Pima golf team, Daniel Henely. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Daniel Henely, he's a freshman right now. He plays on our team, and he is a serious contributor to our, run at a national title.
Most definitely.
Love it. All right, Daniel, the question of the hour. Why Pima?
Why Pima? Well, I get that asked a lot because, just coming from Tucson, you think stay home and just go to U of A. But for me, golfing-wise, I could have went a lot of places, really. But I chose Pima because so many people hate on Pima. It's ridiculous. Everyone says, Pima's washed. They shouldn't be here. No one should be here.
Yeah.
Especially we didn't have a program 2 years ago. I mean, it was ridiculous, and I didn't like that. No one from Tucson likes to bash on Pima, but it happened. So I really wanted to bring in a great product and try to build Pima back up again.
All right. Changing the culture.
Exactly.
I think when I took the job, that was the same thing. Pima has a golf team?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Can I just join it? Sure. That's good. How is it being a student athlete so far?
It's definitely tough. Definitely comes with its perks and its losses. It's really tough to manage your time. And definitely this first semester, it's a nice trial and error. We're not fully in season, so it's not all the way there yet, but we're definitely coming in and we're ready, and it's definitely a tough thing to handle so far.
Okay. So we're going to pretend like I'm not your coach and I don't know these answers, okay?
Okay.
Where's our golf team looking right now? What are we looking to do? What do we look like right now?
I definitely think we have probably the most potential in Arizona, for sure. We definitely are there. We just haven't come together as a team yet. I mean, we're still only a couple months in, so we definitely have some time. But our goal is to win national title. I mean, there's nothing short of that. I mean, it's national title or nothing, and we definitely have the ability to do that. And as Pima Golf, we, on both sides especially, we both have lots of talent. And with talent, you have to bring the team together, and that's our one step back right now.
Right. So you're talking about national title or nothing. I think that this team is great in the sense that everybody's bought into that. Everybody wants to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been a pivotal part of that, as in within the leader, within your scoring, just who you are as a player. We've always talked about the process, and the process of how do we become champions. What does your individual process look like right now? What's your next goal? What are you trying to get to personally?
Personally, it's just to win that next tournament and try and just be a leader. I mean, as a team in golf, it's tough to think about someone other than yourself. And when you do find that ability to step out and care about the team more than yourself, that's the biggest goal, at least for me. And as an individual who didn't really have much of a team aspect growing up, it was tough. It was definitely the biggest rock thrown at me. And I definitely think that another goal is try and just compete more. I think competing more as an individual, and I feel like going through little slums here and there definitely challenges you more than you would expect. And especially like with that team aspect, South Mountain, obviously toughest team out there, and we're just underdogs.
Right.
So coming in, trying to be the best that you can be as yourself, but you just have to worry about your other teammates as well. And I think that your teammates influence you more than you think. That's another reason why I feel like we have that much potential. And that's just the goals as a team and individually, because it's the goals to win.
Right.
So those are the things that just come along with it.
I agree with you. You said underdog. We are the true underdogs.
For real, we
And you
are.
said not having a program 2 years ago to now we have programs that flourish. They're great. We've got great athletes. Everybody's buying in. But you talk about the underdog. Would you rather play for the underdog team, or would you rather play on the team that's already got it? Where personally, and let's pretend that you're not at Pima, because obviously we want you to be the underdogs. You're with us. But let's say you go play for, two different basketball teams. You're going to play for the underdog team, or you're going to go play for the team that is favored to win.
I'm definitely taking the underdogs all day, every single day. I can't see myself wanting to have a cop-out, trying to think of being on the winning team without that hard work, without that process. It doesn't mean anything, kind of like just joining the team while they're already winning. Like, what's the point of that?
Right. Kevin Durant did that.
He did.
Kevin Durant did that. You can't be a Kevin Durant and and be respected.
No.
Great player, great team, but you don't get respected. And I think what we're doing is respectable. And I think what you boys are doing is respectable. Kind of going back to the student athlete part, you said it was hard. It has to be hard, right? But what's the pros of it? What's the cons of it?
Well, the pros of it are definitely getting more resources and more help, having people reach out to you, having people be there for you, whether it be your teammates, coaching, or it be the school itself. I mean, we've definitely had a lot of help in the classrooms for sure. But the cons, obviously, you have a lot more stress than probably the average student. You got to deal with a sport, try and do well in that sport and do well in the classroom. It's a toll, and especially with like everything that's happened this past year, it's a lot more challenging.
I bet. Yeah, I think it takes a toll mentally.
Yeah.
Mentally, you got to stay fresh. Physically, you got to stay fresh. A lot of late nights, a lot of early mornings. I mean, we just got back from a 2-day tournament. Woke up early, got home at 8 or 9. You're up the next day going to school, doing homework. I mean, it is hard. Do you think this and how hard this portion of your college athletic career is, do you think this better prepares you for May when we're going to compete for a national title?
Oh, yeah. I mean, for sure. You want to have the challenges now before they arise later when you're competing for a national title, or whether it is your final exam. You want to have those challenges now so that way you're ready, you've seen it, you're prepared for it. I mean, that just comes along with it.
Right. I think it's funny. We were talking on the course, and I can't remember who it was with, but it was you. I know it was you and me. And we were comparing us to the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
All right.
I remember this.
We agreed that you were Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me, who is Pippen? Who is Dennis Rodman?
So the reason why I'm Jordan and these other guys are Pippen and Rodman is because of their personality traits.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like I have that dog mentality, trying to win all the time. And then you have Max Kruger trying to just be that guy, Rodman.
Yes.
Just trying to be the difference maker for the team, being that crazy character that brings so much to the table. And then Pippen was Caleb, just because he's a tall, skinny guy that, does things here and there. And when he does things, they're great. That's for sure. He's definitely the player that you want on the team.
Who is our three-point shooter? Who's our Steve Kerr?
Our Steve Kerr right now is definitely probably Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy is he's that guy that just comes in here and there when you need him, makes that three-point shot.
And he's clutch when he does it.
He's clutch.
When you don't really need him, it's like, all right. When you need him, like, come on, dude. Come on. He's there.
Yeah, he's the guy that you're not expecting right now. He's going through it, but he's definitely on the rise.
Yeah, I think our whole team is on the rise. And I think that's fun that we can compare ourselves to one of the most winningest teams
and we haven't
ever play sports.
We haven't won anything yet.
We haven't won anything yet. We haven't done anything.
Yeah.
I think our first tournament, what did we finish? Third?
We finished third.
Last tournament we won't talk about.
We're not talking about it, no.
We had a rough first day. But we will, because I kind of want to ask you, and just for people at home that either play sports, don't play sports, our first day, Monday, we shot. It was a bad day. It was not our day. Second day, we come out and we are doing pretty good. We're back in the hunt. I mean, we beat a team that we had no business beating because of how bad we shot on Monday. What do you and the team talk about going in from Monday to Tuesday? What are the conversations like? What are you thinking in your head going from a bad day to we need to have a good day?
Well, it's definitely definitely a variety. The first day, half the team hadn't even seen the course, so we were already at a disadvantage compared to all other schools.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I had played there before, so I could help out with the team. But I think what mainly goes on is trying to better ourselves in the team, because we know that there's always the second day. We always, especially as golfers, every tournament's 2 days. So we always
Right.
know that there's a second day to come out there and compete. I think our conversations mostly consist of, kind of razzing each other and trying to bring out the bad so that way you're not thinking about it the next day.
Yeah.
Especially bringing out the worst of the shots. Like, I definitely playing with AJ yesterday. We both had some bad days, and we both were talking about all of the, bad putts we had, bad speed, whether it be shot selection, all that stuff. So we definitely came out and we were talking about it after the round, waiting for everyone to finish. But there's definitely good parts. I'm not going to say there's not good parts. We always talk about trying to think about how we can better ourselves the next day.
Right.
And what we can do to compete, and definitely bringing out whatever it may be, whether we're playing with someone else the next day or what it is on this hole, that hole, trying to make different shot selections. And me as a, kind of trying to be a leader, I definitely try and bring the team together, and we talk about it, and we try and just go over things, trying to better ourselves.
Right. Yeah. Obviously, I don't get to hear those conversations. I am at the front of the bus, or I give you guys our post-match kind of speech, and I let you guys have your time alone so you guys can talk. You talked about you having that dog mentality, which is great, because when we recruit, we recruit specific players, and we want kids that have that mindset, that want to go out there and battle. What in you says that you want to be the best? Why do you want to be the best? Why does it matter?
I've definitely been gifted this great game, and I don't want to just leave it out to dry. I mean, this is definitely the thing I'm best at. And,
Right.
Whether it be your parents or, your friends, you don't want to disappoint anyone. And that's, for me, where it really comes down to is everyone's seen me succeed. They don't want me to fall short. And that's where it really hits home for me, is I really want to see myself succeed. And, when you're on the course and you're battling for a bogey or something, you think about it. I mean, golf's all mental. Rarely it's something physical.
Yeah.
It all comes down to that mental game when you're walking from that last bad shot to the shot you now have to hit. And when I'm coming down to it, I think about realistically, like, what am I playing for? I mean, if you're that guy that just gives up, then you're not built for this game, at least to succeed. You can play it, but you're not going to succeed in it at all.
There's a lot that play it.
Yeah, you can play, but you're not going to succeed. And
Right.
definitely had to fight back a lot yesterday. And it's been a great time reflecting about it. I had a lot of time to reflect about it on the bus with players. I mean, it was just a great time to reflect and think about what I've been gifted with and how grateful I am about it.
How does golf correlate with life?
Dude, it's in everything, especially when you're a student athlete. All you think about is your sport, any sport, really. You think about your sport, you think about, obviously you're going to think about school and like whether to do that, but even in the classroom, you're thinking about your sport. I mean, every single day, going to sleep, thinking about your sport. There's nothing different between any sport, whether it be golf, basketball, football, baseball. It doesn't matter, because it's what means most to you. So if it means most to you, it's going to impact your life 100%.
Right. And the way I think a lot of people use golf as a metaphor when it comes to your next shot, your, just of life. How do you translate golf into your schoolwork, into your daily life? How does golf teach you lessons that apply to life?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's a metaphor. So, I mean, anytime you think about trying to grind on that next assignment or just try and do better, you think about, whether you hit a bad shot, trying to bounce back from it. There's always those assignments you got to bounce back, and the tests you got to study more, whether it be practicing more, just relatable stuff like that.
I 100% agree. I think golf, not even just coaching it, but in the recruiting process and every day in the office, golf can always be related. It's one of those sports where it is a metaphor of life. That's why it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. We love it for that reason. Kind of just a random question I've always wanted to know.
Okay.
Who's your favorite athlete growing up? Cannot be a golfer, though.
Cannot be a golfer?
Cannot be a golfer.
Honestly, probably Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
The
The
GOAT.
ultimate winner.
The GOAT. I mean, the guy does not lose.
He doesn't.
And if he does, I mean, you don't see it for long.
You have to embrace a guy like Tom Brady, a guy like LeBron James. You have to watch them. And as they're getting ready to retire or getting close to the end of their careers, we have to watch them and appreciate what we're watching.
Mm-hmm.
What do you learn from a guy like Tom Brady? Obviously, he is at the highest peak of his profession, and he plays professional football. What do you learn from a guy like that?
You have to learn his mannerisms, how he holds himself. I mean, he's a very expressive guy, but when he needs to be in the moment, in the zone, like we've talked about, he's there. He's there. And especially like just all of his winningness and his mental game. I mean, he's probably talked about his mental game before, and people have probably taken from it. And I definitely think that all of those wins and all of those, Super Bowls, all those MVPs, he definitely has probably the bigger losses, because if you're winning so much, those losses mean more to you. And that's what I take from him the most, is because when you're on the course and you're making so many birdies and you're winning and you're doing so well, but when you make that one bogey, it hits harder because you were doing so well.
Yeah.
And that's how at least I react to it, because the way I play my game, I try not to make the bigger numbers. You stick back, you take the bogeys when you can. And if those bogeys mean more to you, then realistically, the birdies aren't going to mean as much to you either, because you're so used to making them. You're so used to doing well. So that's how I kind of take it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the process of being great.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have that mindset. And I think you and I have connected so much over the last 4 or 5 months since you've joined our program, is I have found you want to be great. I want to be great. How do we come together, make each other great? How do we make the program great? And everything we do, how do we become great at it? And I know what we've talked about, but just to kind of give viewers at home, what does the process of becoming great look like?
It's time. That's really what it comes down to, is like, how much time are you putting in? And it's not time that you're just dilly-dallying, doing random stuff. It's what are you really putting in that zone time where you're 100% into it. You're 100% invested. Yeah. That's when it really comes down to it.
A lot of sacrifice.
Exactly.
A lot of sacrifice.
Sacrifice, that's perfect.
I think our team does it the best. Every boy on our team sacrifices a whole lot to be a part of the program and to play for this program.
That's for sure.
And I think even a day like yesterday and Monday, we had so many positives out of it too. As in, what I got is from Monday to Tuesday, we could battle. We had a terrible day Monday, and it's so easy. It'd be so easy for us to go out Tuesday and just say, whatever, just play, who cares, do just as bad. That's easy to do. It's hard to come back and catch a couple teams, because we know we're not going to win the tournament. After a first day like that, it's almost impossible.
It was too far back.
We dug our hole too far, right? But a second day to come back and really give a couple teams a run for their money, that says a lot about our team. And I think, you leading the team, I think we're destined for greatness. I think we keep on the same path for greatness. Kind of as we close out, what are your kind of thoughts going into the season? Are you at the level where you want to be playing at? Are you, where do you want to be come February? And where are you now?
Yeah, I'm definitely not there. That's for sure. Our scores last 2 days reflect it, especially as a team. We don't have the ability to come out and win a championship right now. That's for sure. And like we said, time, that's definitely what it's going to come down to. And we have time. That's February. That's not for a few months away. So we definitely have that time. And as an individual, I definitely think that I'm nowhere near where I want to be. Being here at Pima, it's a stepping stone to a Division I. And that's obviously the goal. And come February time, I do see myself winning tournaments. You have to envision everything you want to do, whether it be in the classroom or on the golf course, friends, family. You have to envision what you want. And come February time, we see ourselves out there getting our medals, taking the trophy from South Mountain, not giving it to them. Yeah. We see that every day. We see it in the weight room. We grind, we take our time, and we focus on it. And that's what I think that we're going to succeed come, next year, is because we envision it. We just have to put it to work. We have to put it in person. We have to take our time and trust the process.
Trust the process.
Like we say.
I love it. I love it. Anybody at home, you just got a sneak peek of what it's like to be a part of Pima Golf. We know he's great on the course. Now we know he's great at interviews. Hopefully we have him do more. Our next interview, maybe we don't talk about golf at all. Maybe we talk about something else. All right. Maybe by the time our next interview, maybe we're holding a championship over our head.
We're talking
That's
about winning.
the goal.
We're talking about winning by then.
That's the goal. Daniel, I appreciate you being on. Hopefully you're on again soon. Maybe we'll have all your team here.
That'd be sick.
We'll have a whole team podcast. Other than that, Daniel, thank you. And in the meantime, in all times, thanks for watching.